All right, man. Sorry about that. Let's start by saying, what is up, everybody? It's your man EC1. How do y'all feel? How do you feel to be the number one seed in the division? We clinched the home field yesterday. How does it feel to know that you are potentially going back to another Super Bowl? How does it feel knowing that your quarterback? Here, I wrote some stats down. You ready? 14-1 record. At the time, I thought we were 6-1. We would have been 16-1 if Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt. I'm telling you right now, we would have been. But anyway, 14 record. Jalen Hurts only missed 2 games this year. 6.5 completion percentage. 3,701 passing yards. 22 passing yards and touchdown. 6 interceptions. 760 rushing yards. 13 rushing yard TDs. 1,000.5 quarterback rating and a Pro Bowler. We got a franchise quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. That is a franchise quarterback. The Philadelphia Eagles got a quarterback that we're going to see for a long time. How does it feel knowing that you are the NFC East division champs? We now get to watch teams destroy themselves while we sit back, we just relax and say, how do we prevent this team from coming to Philly and beating us? Now, we got to clean up some things, obviously, right? Because we know this division opponents that could be coming to Philadelphia, right? We could see the Giants again. We probably could see the Dallas Cowboys again if they beat Tampa, right? We could see so many other different teams, right? We know we got to be on the A game. It's crazy, right? Because when we look at this game yesterday, we're happy, but at the same time, we're concerned a little bit, right? Can Jonathan Gannon prevent offense from scoring on us when we need a big stop, right? When you look at this team, man, I think this team is built for the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Dan Sileo says. I don't care what the man down the moon says. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if Jeffrey, the neighbor down the street, says we suck. If you sit and you watch this team has been through the bad. They've been through the worst. You got a quarterback that already experienced playoff loss. We already know our head coach was in the playoffs last year. We only people that we really haven't saw in the playoffs or players were a couple of other different new ones that came in addition. A.J. Brown, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That's pretty much it. The rest, I mean, except a little bit of the draft picks, but the rest has been in the playoffs. They know what it's like to lose the playoffs. So they're going to be happy. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to be healthy. We probably get Max back. Hopefully we get Lane Johnson back because that is huge, right? We need that right tackle solidified. And you saw yesterday, Jalen Hurts was rusting. We ain't going to sit there and we're not going to act like Jalen Hurts was rusty. Jalen Hurts has not played for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? For people to sit there and give up on him, because I see a lot of people on Twitter talk about, oh, I don't know if Jalen Hurts could win a playoff game. What do you mean? Listen, Jalen Hurts has been balling. If you're not confident he can't beat a playoff team, just trade your colors right now. Because the Philadelphia Eagles are here, and they're here to stay. So let me know. Trade your colors right now. Because when we win a Super Bowl, when we're on Broad Street, holding that Lombardi trophy up in the air, I don't want to hear none from y'all. Because I'm seeing a lot of Debbie Downers, man. Come on, get excited. This is our year, ladies and gentlemen. This is our year. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something. In 2017, again, I'm going to bring that back because this reminds us so much of 2017. No one believed in us. No one thought we could do it. And what happened? We won a Super Bowl. We won a Super Bowl. I'm happy with this team has done. You know what I'm saying? This Philadelphia Eagles team has changed this NFL season tremendously. No one had us winning more than 9 games. According to everybody else, we weren't even going to make the playoffs. Jalen Hurts was supposed to be trash. Looking like an MVP candidate this year. A.J. Brown, they can't get A.J. Brown the ball. A.J. Brown, a 1,000-yard receiver, just passed Mike Quick in receiving yards. Devontae Smith's not going to want to be here. Stop it. Because the bottom line is we're here to stay. You want us, you come and get us. You want us, come to Philly and see what you're about. Because I'm not scared of the 49ers. I'm not scared of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not scared of the Giants. Come and see us. I watched the 49ers. They look horrible. Matter of fact, I think that we can smoke them. I watched the 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals game. I literally think Brock Purdy is not going to be able to stop our pass rusher from getting to him. So if you want smoke, come get us. Because right now, we in the number 1 seed. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about the 49ers. The 49ers are a body if they play us, man. I want the 49ers because I don't think they're that good. I'm more scared of Seattle than the 49ers. I ain't going to lie to you. I think Seattle can give them a run for the money. I think Seattle can definitely give them a run for the money this game. I really do. I don't think Brock Purdy's all this like a lot of people talking like. And we're not going to sit there and act like the Philadelphia Eagles didn't deserve that number 1 seed. They played their behinds off to get that number 1 seed. Whether you like it or not, the Philadelphia Eagles got the number 1 seed. You can get over it. You can cry me a river. We are coming for another Lombardi. And I don't care what anybody says. This is our year, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let these naysayers tell you they're not. Jalen Hurts is the reason why we were the number 1 seed. Listen, there were some rumors that Jalen Hurts was supposed to be playing. Minshew was supposed to play. The fact that your quarterback said, you know what? No, not today. I'm going to go out there, even with pains in my shoulder, and I'm going to get the job done. They just said, Nick Sirianni just said to everybody on 941 WIP, I don't know if you saw the interview, where Jalen Hurts is making them study. He is taking the coaching seriously, man. What do we talk about Super Bowl champion quarters? What did they have in common? We look at the Joe Montana, the Steve Young, the Jerry Rice, all these guys, they wanted to get better. They did not care about winning the division. They had one thing in mind. That was, we want to win a Super Bowl. And how do we get there? We learn from our mistakes. You got a quarterback that doesn't care about just winning the division. See, Cowboy fans, all they care about is winning the division. We care about not only winning division, but winning another ring. And that is the point, ladies and gentlemen, is getting another Super Bowl in Philadelphia, bringing a Lombardi trophy back to the city of brotherly love, and claiming us as Super Bowl champions once again. I don't care what no rival says. Because pretty much every rival we played so far, we've beaten. We've beaten them at least one time. And I'm not scared of nobody, really. I don't think the 49ers are this. I saw the 49ers. Yeah, they got a good defense. But so do we. My problem is not with the defense. It's Jonathan Gannon. And can he stop him? And I think when you look at the playoffs, when he needs head coaching jobs, this is the time to do it. A quarterback that's an MVP caliber, man. We haven't had this. When you look at quarterbacks in the league, you look at Mahomes, you look at Josh Allen's. We've been begging for a quarterback like that. How many times have we said we need a superstar quarterback? Well, Eagle fans, you got one. And you got one that's young. He's only 23 years old. The receivers are only under 25 years old. One of them is only 25. The other one is 24. And the other quarterback is only 23. And they're ballers. And I got to give respect to Howie Roseman. What's up, Philly Halftime? Shout out to my guy, Philly Halftime. If you don't know who he is, definitely go subscribe to him. Very good content creator. Watch his live streams. Very good, man. Brian is happy again. I would be happy, too. I would be happy, too. Listen, the Tennessee Titans messed up big time. They messed up big time, man. When they didn't pay A.J. Brown said, okay, watch me go win another Super Bowl. Watch me do what you couldn't do for me. And that is bring a Lombardi trophy. Listen, this team is ready, man. This team is ready. But the things, I could say it, but this team got to go out there and show it. You got everything in your court. You got to take advantage of this opportunity, man. It's interesting that people are sitting there saying Jalen Hurts can't win this. Jalen Hurts can't do this. According to y'all, Jalen Hurts had a noodle on him. According to y'all, some of y'all haters out here, Jalen Hurts wasn't going to do nothing. Jalen Hurts couldn't throw the ball. So I ain't trying to hear none of that type of stuff right here. Because it's always a new story what a person says. Now it's first, oh, Jalen Hurts can't do this. Now it's, oh, Jalen Hurts can't win a playoff game. Well, when Jalen Hurts wins a playoff game, it's going to be, well, he can't get to the NFC Championship. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. Save that for the birds. Save that for the crickets. Save that for the frogs. Save that for Jerry down the street, Billy down the street, Tommy down the road. I don't care what you do with it. Save that. Because if you're not with this team, leave this team now. Don't come back when we win a Super Bowl. Don't come back when the NFC Championship game. If you're not going to celebrate with this team right now and you're not happy with this team, yes, we have things to clean up. But if you're not feeling good and you're negative Nancy that's like, well, I'm afraid of this. Nah, I ain't trying to hear we're afraid. We need to be positive. Because all this stuff about we can't do this, we overcame it. Now, I got problems with Jonathan Gannon, of course. I do. And I'm hoping he can change in the playoffs because we need him. But the things that I'm seeing from this team are becoming very, very good things. We've been begging for 2 number 1 receivers, man. Our defense is better than the 49ers. I think we have 4 defensive guys that got 10 sacks, and it's never been exactly, man. And listen, again, Jonathan Gannon, I get is an issue, right? But listen, I'm hoping her talent comes back. When you got Avonte Maddox, I think Jonathan Gannon plays less conservative. Your goal is you got to get everybody healthy, right? We know Jonathan Gannon's a problem. Listen, Jim Schwartz was a problem in 2017 too. We still won a Super Bowl with him. When you have so much talent on that defense, you can overcome the lack of ability from the coaches, man. Look at Aaron Rodgers with Mike McCarthy. You think Mike McCarthy was a really good head coach? Look what he's doing in Dallas. You think they're going to the playoffs and shit? They're going to get smacked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. See, I'm so glad that all these Cowboy consecrators, these Cowboy trolls were yapping at their mouths because look at them. They look silly today. Well, you didn't beat the Commanders. You didn't sweep them. You didn't beat them. Yeah, but we didn't lose to them twice, did we? And y'all lost to them. You got swept by them. And a team that's not making the playoffs either. At least when we beat the Giants, we swept the Giants. And we lost to the Commanders. You're right. But we didn't get swept by the Commanders. We won at least one of our games. Wait. Cowboys did split with the Commanders. My fault. I'm just thinking, yeah, they did. All right, so you're 1-1 with the Commanders. So are we. My fault. All right, I forgot. My fault. I'm thinking of another year. Shit. They did. They beat them with Cooper Rush. My fault. No, but it's just crazy Cowboy fans are talking. Like, you didn't just lose to a third stringer. There's nothing you could say. The Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the Dallas Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the New York Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the 49ers. The Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than most of these other teams. The only one they might not be better than, well, I don't think anybody's better than us, really. If we play to our standards, we're Super Bowl champions. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, we need to go out there and we need to sleep. No, man, we cannot sleep on anybody, right? And I think these coaches know that. Jalen Hurts is making them study. I love our quarterback saying to our coach, you know what? You don't deserve a break. Go and study. Come and study with me. We had been spoiled with quarterbacks like Nick Foles, who won us the Super Bowl with a backup, right? We had a back quarterback that won us the Super Bowl. But we never had a quarterback that was a starter that said, you know what? I want to study. Yeah, I can goof off. I'll goof off at the end. My job is not finished here. He wants to solidify. He wants a statue outside that lake, man. And that's what it's all about, man. It's about what you do and how you finish. You can win games, but if you don't win a playoff game, it don't mean nothing to me. I won a Super Bowl. If you got the number 1 seed, which is rare to happen, you know how many times teams get bounced out the number 1 seed usually? Bad teams. The great teams overcome those things. And they go out there and they show, this is our house. You're not coming out here without a fight. So I expect this Eagles team to be hungry. I expect them to be motivated. And when it is time to go, by then we will be healthy. Max should be back. Lane Johnson should be back. And we are going to be ready to roll. We only got 2 games to win. It shouldn't be that hard. Not with this team's talent. relying on another team to beat the Eagles is a losing mentality, left from my assumption. It is. It is. And you know what? That is the Dallas Cowboys ways, right? Because when you hear Cowboy fans say, "Oh, it's our year," no, it's not. It's never your year. Your year is when you miss the playoffs. Your year is when you got a quarterback that's thrown every. See, Cowboy fans love to talk about Dak owning the division, and that's great and fine. But he don't own the playoffs though. He's 1-3. What happens if Dak goes out there and he struggles again? Is the Dallas Cowboys going to get rid of him? That's what I want to know. Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Dak Prescott is absolutely 100% garbage. Don't ever say he's elite. Don't ever say top 10. That's when everybody said he was the best in the division, I laughed. He's not the best in the division. He's good, okay, but he's not elite. And he's not the best in the division. Jalen Hurts just took that spot. If Jalen Hurts wins a playoff game, he has more playoff wins just like Dak, right? I love how everyone is saying, "Oh, you're going one and done." Commander fans talking. Didn't you become a basement dweller last week? I mean, that was your last game, right? Your Super Bowl was beating the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. I don't want to hear from no Commander fan. Your season ended. And we were the reason why y'all season ended. We were the reason why y'all lost one of your games. We are the reason why y'all didn't get to the playoffs. When you were celebrating on the Eagles field, you should have thought about, hey, we should win more games, right? Because we're not worried about beating just the Commanders. We're not worried about beating our rivals. We're here to win a Super Bowl, man. That is a goal. And if that's not a goal, then I don't know what is a goal. Because when you got the number 1 seed, you're doing one thing. That's only getting a Lombardi trophy back to Philly, man. Cowboys are 1 and done. They're getting smoked by the Buccaneers. I would not be surprised if the Buccaneers drop 40 points on their asses. I would not be surprised if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers absolutely embarrassed them on Monday Night Football where everybody's watching. You think that the Buccaneers are not going to lose to Dallas? You're crazy as how the Buccaneers are going to smoke them. It's not even going to be a close game. I think it's going to be worse than what the Philadelphia Eagles got from the Buccaneers last year. Yeah, you could say they're a bad team, but so are the Dallas Cowboys. And I've been saying they're a paper chance, man. They're not an elite team like everybody think they are. They got some good star players. They got some elite star players, but they're not an elite team. You know the difference between good players and a good team? A good player is great on a bad team. But if you can't become a good team with good players, you're not going far in the playoffs. And the Dallas Cowboys are like this little mommy's rich little boy that everybody hates because they got all the money in the world. But yet they can't make friends. They can't do these things. They rely on money to fix their problems. They go to school with their nice little shiny car. And too bad that car that you bought, it don't mean nothing. Because no one wants to be around you. Because yeah, you're rich. You got all the hot women in the world. But when it's time to come and grind, you can't do it because you're used to getting everything handed and feed to you. That's what the Cowboys remind me of. A rich, bratty boy that got success off their daddy and grandfather's success. And these Cowboys players are cocky. They're so happy they beat the Eagles. They were celebrating like they won a Super Bowl. When they don't even know the definition of winning the Super Bowl. Their daddy's success, they live off that. We, on the other hand, know what it's like. We got veterans in the locker room. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Jake Elliott. These guys know what it's like and knows how to get to that point. Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson. We got so many leaders on this team, man. And even not Super Bowl leaders. Darius Slay's been in the playoffs. James Bradbury, I think, has been to the playoffs before. Chauncey Gardner Jr. knows what it's like to be in the number 1 seed. Jalen Hurts has been through the tough times of college, but he's also experienced playoff losses. A.J. Brown, I think, has been to the NFC Championship game. I believe so. Or at least a number 1 seed. Devontae's been experiencing the playoffs. Everybody knows what it's like to win, man. And that's the goal in life, is we got experienced players who know, has been through all that tough times. Now it's one thing only. Get past the humps that we've been struggling against, right? And I got to credit some of the Howie Roseman. Listen, I'm the biggest Howie Roseman hater, man. I was the biggest critic. I wanted him fired. I hated his guts. I called him a nerd. I called him a clown. I have to live up to my failures as a human being, as a man, because I was wrong about him. He showed me, hey, EC1, be quiet. Because he shut me up this year. The moves that he made by getting a number one receiver in A.J. Brown, 1,000-yard receiver, drafting Devontae Smith, jumping the Giants to get him. Why everybody was ripping him apart, including myself. Look, I don't come here to bullshit with you. You know, I don't come here to talk and say, oh, I said this when I really didn't. I know what I said and what I didn't say. And I was the biggest Howie Roseman hater. I wanted him fired. And I regret it. Because guess what? Without him, I don't think we are where we are today. I got to give him his respect. The best GM in football is Howie Roseman. He's solidified this roster. He's given his team a talent around him. I mean, this team of talent in general. This guy's built a Super Bowl culture again. So I just want to give my props out. I'm probably going to make my Crow video about Howie Roseman because I was talking a lot of shit about him. There was a lot of Eagle fans that hated me because of that. Which that's fine. If you don't like my opinion, I say get off my channel, leave my channel, go where you think that you're going to be wanted. Because I'm going to say what I have to say. And if you don't like it, oh well, too bad. But at the end of the day, I have to give him respect to Howie Roseman. Because without him, we don't get Jalen Hurts. Without him, we don't get A.J. Brown. Without him, we don't get Devontae. We don't get all these guys that we've been wanting. Listen, we begged for at least one elite receiver. We got two. And they're under 25 years old. So, listen, Howie Roseman has been doing a phenomenal job. And I think he knows what he's done for this team. And the fact that he's going to bring us hopefully another Super Bowl. My goal is not just to win a division. It's not just to get the number one seed. It's one thing only. And that is win a Super Bowl. Because you can get the number one seed. We saw the Baltimore Ravens get the number one seed. They got knocked out the first round. The first time they played in the division round, they got sent home. Because they didn't take a team seriously. And I think you're going to see a different Jalen Hurts really do. Last year, Jalen Hurts, he couldn't read a defense. No question about it, he couldn't. He was not the same Jalen Hurts that we've seen this year. Now, people are panicking about, oh, he's back to his old ways. Listen, he was rusty. Coming off for 2 weeks off from football, no practice, no hitting. The man has been on the sidelines pretty much in the coat. So, he's going to get better. I expect him to come out ready to go. Everybody said he couldn't do this, and he's the biggest underdog in the NFL. Because no one believed in this kid. Nobody. I had my issues with Jalen Hurts last year. You were right about it. I did. But I never said we should go get Deshaun Watson. I never once said we should have got Russell Wilson. I said we should have gave him weapons. And I didn't think last year we gave him enough weapons. We gave him Jalen Reagor, who stinks. Horrible. Still hasn't done nothing for the Vikings. We give him J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Where's he at? Oh, he's on the bench. I don't think he's playing. And now look at that. When you give him talent, look how good he is. Look when you give a quarterback greatness, good elite receivers, an offensive lineman. No quarterback is going to survive without weapons. TK, what's up? Now you're 0-0. I know we're 0-0. And we're about to be 1-0 because we're about to go in the division round. We're about to get a W. If you think we're going home, we're not. This team is too talented just to go one and done out the playoffs. Yeah, you might say that for the Dallas Cowboys. But we're not going to 1-0. I promise you we're going to win at least an NFC Championship game this year. If we go out the playoffs, it's probably because they're going to be Gannon. It's not going to be because of Shane Steichen. It's not going because of Jalen Hurts. It's going to be because of our defense and a scheme that we put around. But I expect Jonathan Gannon to get his shit together. I expect this coach staff to be ready. And I think this team is going to do it, man. And, you know, I also have to rock my boy Devontae Smith because Devontae's a man. Skinny man. A dude that's a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a new Jalen Hurts, then promise the Eagles won't it's a new Jalen Hurts, then promise the Eagles won't lose that first game. What are you talking about? You know, anyway, let's get to the comments. I was Howard Roseman hater too, but he did. I said he did. And you know what? Listen, if you go back to my old videos, and I got clowned for that at work, man. Everybody said you were a hater of Howard Roseman. Yeah, I was. I thought that he should have did enough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that he put his stamp on this season. He put his paw print. He put his handprint, whatever you want to call it. He was a dog this year because he went out. He did what he had to do. We needed a receiver. Go get A.J. Brown. Trade for a number one pick in the third round or two Titans to get a number one receiver. And guess what? Guess who got the last laugh? Not the Tennessee Titans. A.J. Brown did. Because who's out the playoffs and who isn't? See, the Philadelphia Eagles got a star receiver for a long time. And it's only going to get better with them and Devontae Smith. Those two are going to keep on getting better with each other. They feed off each other. This is the best duo, and I think in NFL history right now. I mean, have we heard anybody saying the Eagles had two number receivers before? I don't think so. I think they're better than D-Jack and Macklin. I think they're better than T.O. in 2004. Because if we go and win the Super Bowl, then what are you going to say? A.J. Brown is a younger receiver, and he reminds me so much of a veteran. Because this guy is a veteran off the field. Him and Devontae are like veterans, man. I feel like they played for a long time. They got the chemistry locked on. They're not about losing. They want to win, and that's a good thing. And you also saw a difference, man. You saw a difference. My boy Nicky Steels, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? What I missed?
Hold on. Let me get my hold up. Let me get it. My Bluetooth should be on. All right, let's go. Anyway, what's up, man? How you feeling? How you feeling about this Eagles team? I'm feeling good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm happy with the fact that we got home field advantage because we need that extra week. Give Lane Johnson some time to rest. Hopefully he'll come in because he insists he wants to be in the playoffs. Hopefully, but at least it gives us some time to rest. Now, the game against the Giants, hey, might as well get the win, help get our confidence up. But at the same time, that fourth quarter almost let them back in it.
I hear.
But this team, man, clearly this is the best season we had since 2017. And clearly you saw yesterday offensively, Jalen Hurts was the difference maker.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, I mean, I'll read these stats again for everybody who said that Jalen Hurts couldn't do it. 14-1 record, missing 2 games, 606.5 completions, 3,701 passing yards, 22 passing TDs, 6 interceptions, 760 rushing yards, 13 rushing yards, TDs, 101.5 quarterback rating, a Pro Bowl. Let me know when Deshaun Watson is doing that in Cleveland. Because listen, I'm not trying to hear no excuse from Deshaun Watson. That man has Cleveland talent in Cleveland. 3 number 1 receivers over there. Mari Cooper's a lead over there. Yet this guy couldn't do what Jalen Hurts does. The bottom line is Jalen Hurts is a leader. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
He is.
Jalen Hurts is a leader. And
he's proven
this guy is putting this team together. I mean, the way Howard Roseman struck this team and gotten Jalen Hurts in the draft. Listen, I hated the pick. And I didn't like the pick at the time. I didn't hate the player. I hated the pick because, like, what are we doing? But at the same time, it was a great pick because they saw Carson Wentz's flaws and they said, you got to go. You're not the leader that we think you are. And look how it's turned out. We've been begging for a superstar quarterback. And listen, we got one in Philadelphia. And I just heard Nick Sirianni's press comments with Angelo Cataldi on 9 for 1. The man is saying to the coaches, let's study. I mean, if that's not a Super Bowl winning head coach, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, ready to go to win. I mean, if that's not a quarterback that wants to win a Super Bowl and be a winning Super Bowl quarterback, I don't know what it is. Because I didn't see Carson Wentz saying that. I didn't see anybody saying that. We haven't had a quarterback like that. And that's what happens when you see quarterbacks in the league that don't go far because they're not worried about studying. They just worry about, oh, let's have a good time. No, the playoffs are not meant to have a good time. It's meant to get to work and see what you're made out of. That's the point of the playoffs, to see what you're about. And a lot of quarterbacks, they goof off. They think it's fun and games. No, we're not worried about fun and games. Like Alshon Jeffrey said in the interview in Super Bowl 17 when the interview came up. I don't care about none of that. I want to win a Super Bowl. Well, he didn't say those words, but I ain't going to curse on there. But, That's the thing. We got a team that's ready to go, man. And this is the time of year you got to put it together. You got the number 1 seed, man. You know Miles Sanders might not come back. James Bradbury might not come back. You're going to lose a lot of players this year, and a lot of players you're not going to be able to get back. We're going to be in some time tight situations to acquire players, man. Because when you're going to pay Jalen Hurts, you're going to have to make some sacrifices, and that's a part of business. So this is the time of year where you have to be ready to go. Now, I think the cap space is going to go a little bit, going to be more flexible. But we also got a top 10 pick. We are going to be good for a long time. It's not the first time we're going to be back in the number 1 seed. But I just want to hear your thoughts of how do you feel about this team? What do you think that we need to improve? And how do you look at this team going forward?
One of the biggest things, and not just yesterday, but throughout the season, is offensively scoring in the second half. Something we're going to have to work on, especially if we play a team that's got a good offense and we're struggling advances for them. We're going to have to counter that with points of our own. So something we got to be able to do efficiently is score throughout the second half, because notice there was a problem. I mean, it didn't affect us much during the regular season because we were doing so well that we didn't need to do that. But you just got to wonder, how long is that going to be successful for? How many weeks can we continue to do it that way before, okay, we got to start doing better second half? So that's one thing as far as this playoff run that we got to work on. I mean, we have, because really, when we haven't needed to do so, but...
Hold up. 1 minute. Volume's down. You hear me now?
I hear you.
Hold up. What is going on? Hold up. This thing's having problems. Hold up. I thought. Hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, come back in and I'll bring you back in. Hold up.
All right.
Bring you back in. Hold up. Let's see. Should be good.
Okay. Check. Okay. One moment.
You good?
Yep.
Oh. Can they hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me.
I can hear you. What's going on?
I don't know if they can hear me. Hold up. Hold up, man. I can't even hear the volume. My phone was kind of low. Someone to what's up with it? Hold up. I think it's your volume. I think it's your volume, man. I think it's still. Do you have your volume up?
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's Nikki. Still his volume. Let me see my message real quick because I think it's his volume. There you go. There you go. I think it's his volume.
Okay.
It's your volume, man.
Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, I'm muted too, so let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yo. What's going on? Yeah, come back in, I'll bring you back in.
All right.
Just click out and come back in. I'll bring you back in.
All right.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, that's weird. I mean, we'll get it fixed. Yeah, East when Dan Cilio called, what would you say to him? I call him a clown because he don't know what's up. Listen, Dan Cilio gets paid to start drama, man. Dan Cilio is a talking head from ESPN who really doesn't know football. Okay, the man thought Najee Harris was a better player then Devontae Smith. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get him back in. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
His volume's still down. Um, Dan Cilio, I mean, he is what he is. But Nick Seal, your volume's down, man. I can't hear you. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know if it's your volume, but everybody said they can hear me. Could be just my phone. I don't know. It was working before.
I
My thing
don't
was working,
know.
so it is what it is. Yeah, each one acting like an old man. Each one acting like an old man. I'm acting like an old man. How? Anyway, but Nick, you gotta fix your volume, man, because your volume is down. But
I don't know what.
he said that Jalen Hurts is injury prone. It's crazy. Jalen Hurts is injury prone. Okay, all right. So Josh Allen's injury prone. I mean, didn't Josh Allen get hurt a little bit? Everybody goes down once in a while, man. I mean, that doesn't make you injury prone. Injury prone is when you can hear both. I can't hear him. Unmute. Can't unmute the guests because they chose to mute themselves. Yeah, I think Nick Seals mute himself, man, because I can't hear him. Oh, let me.
Yeah, I did for a second to see. I did for a second just to try and see what's going on. I don't know. Okay, Philly halftime. You can hear. Okay, so
I
Philly
can't hear him,
halftime.
man. What is going
He,
on with the
he
volume?
says he can hear both. Okay, I'm about to
I don't
like
know what's up with him.
I'll have to tap into it's myself, see on YouTube just to see if my voice can be heard. Let me see. Hold on.
Let's try the earbuds, man. Maybe it's just the earbuds.
Let's see what's going on here.
Let's try the earbuds, man. Maybe it's just the earbuds. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe it's the Bluetooth.
Sorry, I'm on the
All right,
video
man.
to see
You
if
hear me now?
okay, I'm just
Yeah, you both are clear. Okay. If we're clear, then we're fine. I can't hear. I can't hear it though. I can't hear it though. Like I don't know what's up with it because it's
all
not.
right.
I literally can hear nothing.
But unfortunately that's gonna make it hard for us to
Like I
have a
really can't hear
discussion.
him at all, and that's crazy because I heard him before. So I don't know if it's my connection or something like that. I'm gonna get it fixed though, cause I can't hear him. Literally, I cannot hear him. No, it's working. No, it's weird. It's weird that happened. Hold on. I'm going to join the chat. All right. Yeah, do that way. Do that way. That way we can click you in, man. I'll drop the link for you, and then you can come in. Do it that way. Here, let me just send you another link. Let's see. Maybe it's just the link, bro. See if it's just the link. I'm gonna send you the link. Now I'm echoing. What the hell is going on? Is it echoing now? There we go. Now I hear sound. You hear me?
I hear you.
Let's go. We got it back. All right, man. Sorry
All
about that. I
right.
couldn't hear you from the live stream. My fault. I'm sorry about that. Now
Okay,
it's
so where were we?
I don't know. You gotta start from the beginning. Like I couldn't hear you at all. Like,
Okay, so let's just do like a Cliff Notes version of this. So the Eagles, one thing they do got to work on though isn't
I hear
being
you.
better in the second half.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean they haven't really scored. They're not great at scoring till the second half. It's been a thing we've seen consistently and hasn't affected us yet. But come playoff time, if we get a high scoring game, we're gonna have to step up and do that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, stupid echoing. But anyway, like I said, I just think we're a great team, and I think a lot of people are really thinking that we're going to be just this one and done team. I'm telling you, this team is for real. Like everything that we did to this point, like I don't think anybody could beat us. I just being real with you. Like I think that we are this elite team that can really make people run for their money. If that makes any sense. Like any team, like I watched the 49ers and the Cardinals. What is going on though? That's why I hate streaming.
Yeah, like the
See,
49ers, I mean, they got
there we
some
go.
talent, but I'm still not. The only
Yeah,
teams I could see possibly beating us are in the AFC.
yeah, exactly. Like I think Buffalo, you can make a case maybe, but like I don't think Josh Allen can really beat this Eagles team. But again, when you got Jonathan Gannon, who his scheme just you and I don't see anybody beating us. Like I think that we are the own problem, right? Because the only team I see is beating us is ourselves. We shoot ourselves in the foot, we lose definitely. But if we play to our part, I think we can win. You know what I'm saying? This echoing is so distracting. It really is,
I
man. 'Cause
know.
I hate streaming so bad. That's why I don't like
It's not fun.
see some turn that volume down a bit. Let's go. Go. You go. You go. There you go.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, there we go. What do you think about Gannon to the Texans? Shit, they can hire him now. They can hire him now.
And
Like,
fire him next year.
well, he can get he can be a free agent next year if he wants to. Listen, at the end of the day, we should feel good about ourselves because this Eagles team can really do some damage this year. I mean, AJ Brown 1,000 yard receiver, Devontae Smith is 1,000 yard receiver. Like,
Two.
huh?
That's right. Two wide receivers over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and you got a 1,000 yard running back that hopefully we use in the playoffs. Like this
Right.
is the time where we seen this team win games is when they're put in tough situations, and I think this team is going to go all the way. I think they're going to win a Super Bowl this year. I think the Eagles are going to win it all this year. I don't care what anybody says. I think this Eagles team's for real, and I think they're going to do one thing only, and that is finish the goal, finish the job. Who do you want to play next week? Well, I want to play whoever comes to Philadelphia. But what do you think of Jalen Hurts' performance? How would you grade him?
Performance against the Giants.
Yeah,
I'd grade it a B plus.
a B plus.
Yeah, I mean you had some nice throws there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean you had some moments may have looked a little bit rusty, but yeah, it happens. But he did good. Certainly much better than Gardner Minshew.
Oh,
For sure,
absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely. He's trash, dude. I don't want to see him on the field ever again.
Le-
Like you could see the difference, man. Jalen Hurts is just a better quarterback overall. The team rallies around him. The defense plays better with him. It's just like I'm so glad our quarterback's back because listen, I don't think you win this without Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC East. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Definitely.
that he solidified himself as an MVP candidate. Those two games showed you that you need your starting quarterback. Excuse me. You need your starting quarterback. Like when you look at this team, man, it's all built around Jalen Hurts. He is the system. Number one
Yeah.
is going to take us whatever he has to go. Like if he goes down, the whole team goes down. He's like the heart of the body. Like, and I don't mean to be disrespectful because I praise to DeMar Hamlin. I'm not trying to be no disrespectful. So people take it the wrong way in the comments. Not trying to be disrespectful. But when we don't have Jalen Hurts, we're pretty much dead in the water. We are not surviving. Gardner
Right.
Minshew cannot lead this team. You need a quarterback that can win big games, and Jalen Hurts is that dude. If I need a fourth quarter victory, I can trust Jalen Hurts. If I need a comeback I need a comeback victory, I can trust Jalen Hurts. If I need a guy that can come in there and win me a championship, I trust Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is made for that. Since he's been drafted from the Philadelphia Eagles, he's been benched from Bama. We already know the whole story. We don't got to go there, but he's been through the worst. He experienced playoff losses. So I know that he's going to take the next step and become a franchise quarterback for a long time. And he's done that. I mean, again, I'll read these stats again one more time for y'all. He's 14-1 as an Eagle quarterback. The only reason why we're 14-1 and not 16-1 is because he wasn't in the game. And Mitch was starting. 66.5 completions, 3,701 passing yards, 22 passing TDs, 6 interceptions, 760 rushing yards, 13 rushing yard TDs, 101.5 quarterback rating in a Pro Bowl. That's just for this year. We're not even counting the rush. We're not even counting the future going down the road. He's only going to get better as the season goes along. We're not even counting what he can do in the playoffs. He can really disrupt a lot of playoff teams that are going to come to Philadelphia. This is why it was very important to get that home field advantage, man, because it's hard to play in Philadelphia. Like, I look at the 49ers today versus the Cardinals. I think Brock Purdy's not good. I think that he has a good running back around him. I think he got receivers around him. But I think if you take him away and you put someone else in there, I think they do just fine. I don't
Exactly.
think that you can take away Jalen Hurts and you do fine. We already saw that Gardner Mitchell couldn't do it. Like, you need someone like his skill set
Right. And the
to be even
49ers,
effective.
to your point, they were already doing great before Brock Purdy went in there. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead. My fault. I need to cut you off.
but yeah, like you take Brock Purdy, put him on the Houston Texans. Yeah, good luck with that because they're not going anywhere.
This reminds me, I just saw out 2023. Yeah, I saw. I'm not going to get the 2023 schedule because we don't know the time, the place where they're going to go. Listen, I'm focused on this year. I don't care about 2023. I'll worry about that in July, in June. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to say if Hurts loses? What am I going to say? I'm probably going to say, oh, well, next year we're going to have a better year. Like, what do you want me to say? Jalen Hurts is not going to lose the first round. That's not going to happen. And if we do it, it's probably going because, again, it's not going to become because of Jalen Hurts. Listen, we can only control what we control, right? Because, listen, there's no excuse why you can't go all the way this year. You got the best playoff number one seed. I mean, you got the best seed in the NFL right now. The 49ers would love to be the number one seed, but they're not. The Seahawks would love to be the number one seed. They're not. The Vikings would love to be the number one seed. They're not. So the Philadelphia Eagles got a chance to not only sit back and watch the team destroy each other, you got a chance to only win 2 games and go to a Super Bowl. And you only got to win 1 more game there, and you're a Super Bowl champion. So you pretty much got it easy. You really don't have to do that much. And this bye means so much because you get core players back, man, for your team. You get a Avonte Maddox back. You hopefully you get Lane Johnson back. You know what I'm saying? You get all these guys back. So this is a very important bye week, and I'm glad we clinched the number one seed. We need to practice on tackling. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely a fact. We do need to practice on tackling. And I think these coaches will definitely see that, and I think they'll make adjustments. But Nick and Seal, my question to you is, who do you fear who do you not want to play? If you had one team that you fear the most that would come to Philadelphia and give you a run for your money, who would that be?
Then,
And take your time, too. Hit that like button, guys, by the way. Shout out to Nikki Steele. Definitely go subscribe to him. A very good content creator, Eagles content creator. Listen, you want to entertain it? This guy's entertaining. Definitely go check his channel out, man. Definitely. Runs a lot of good live streams. Was on his stream, too. Definitely. I appreciate from him clapping today.
So you got the Vikings. We already handled them, so they don't really concern me. Giants, even with their starters, I don't see that being a threat. And Cowboys, hey, with Jalen Hurts in there, I mean, they could put up a good fight, but I don't see them beating us. Maybe Kirk based and Bucks, if they get lucky to even make it there, no. And
Yeah,
Seahawks, if they get lucky, no. The only team I could see possibly is maybe the 49ers, because they do have a good team around them.
yeah.
But then when it comes time for Brock Purdy to step up, what's he going to do?
Exactly. I mean, dude, I saw the Cardinals crushing him like crazy. He's a sitting duck. He's a sitting duck. Like, I don't think he ever experienced this type of Eagles Philly pressure. And we got to understand, yo, yeah, the 49ers are great. They look great. It's all good until you first the Philadelphia Eagles. The Vikings were great in 2017 until they came to Philadelphia. They looked really good, right? The Falcons looked great too that year. And I'm not saying that we're 17 Eagles, but I'm just saying we're going to be better than them because we have better talent around us. And I think this
Absolutely.
Eagles coaching is going to put teams in best positions to win the best players. This is where you play your best football. Hey, John DeGane, you want a job as a coach? And, well, here you go. The playoffs matter, man. Right? But the team that I fear the most would be Seattle because we can't beat them. We always struggle against them. They
Right.
somehow have a number. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
trust Geno Smith. Just be real.
Right. And the last time, right, we beat them was 2008 when they had Seneca Wallace starting. So
Yeah,
they've had our number.
yeah. We could have beat them in 2019, but quarterback got knocked out.
Right.
The Vikings are fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going. Well, I think the Vikings are going to lose to the Giants, man. I think Kirk Cousins is going to stink up the place again. They really are not all this elite team. But then again, they could definitely beat the Giants. I mean, I think that's going to be a fun game to watch because that's going to be a high scoring game for sure. I definitely can see the Vikings losing though. I mean, it's a 4:30 on Sunday. Kirk
Right.
Cousins
And
back in
come
prime time.
playoff time, that's when teams start to step up. Sometimes those wild card teams pull up those upsets. We
Mm-hmm.
see it every year, at least
And you know what?
once.
Yeah, and now that I don't mean to cut you off, but that's when you get to see, okay, look at all these teams sacrificing each other. Now, when you come to Philadelphia, we're going to be the healthy one, and you're going to be the one that's barely holding on to your whole team because your whole team is pretty much going to be tired, battling injuries. So we're going to just be licking our chops. I mean, that's how I look at it. And I always throw injuries on nobody, but that's just the bottom truth. We're going to watch a lot of teams beat each other down, and we're going to get the leftovers. It's going to be lunchtime.
That's right.
I don't fear no team. I'm not even worried about KC. Yeah, I'm not worried about KC. I'm going to tell you right now, don't sleep on the Jags. Don't sleep on them. They definitely get to a Super Bowl this year. Doug Peterson's a former Super Bowl head coach. He knows what it's like to get there. And I think that they definitely can beat the team like the Bills. I think they can give the Bengals run for the money. I think they very much are a team that believes in each other, man. And that's the worst thing you want in a divisional opponent. I mean, that's the one thing you don't want if you're versus someone. If another team believing in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Once
Right.
you got that, you're pretty much, you're in for a rude awakening. And Doug Peterson, he's changed that culture around. Like we're talking about the KC, the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills could definitely lose in Miami this week. They definitely can go to lose in Miami. We've seen the Bills lose in games they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit there and say the Bills can do. I mean, if the Bills make the Super, that's great and fine. But I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Don't sleep on them. They're not this team that they're going to lay down for no one. You got to beat them. You got to punch them in the mouth.
And the Chargers I could definitely see them getting past the Chargers because the Chargers
Yeah.
usually underachieve in these situations.
Well, I don't believe in Brandon Stanley. I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't think he can be a guy that can take him over the hump. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the candidates that we're supposed to hire, and I'm glad we got Nick Sirianni instead. You know? But yeah, I would say Nick back. Just the head coach. He's the one offense has to step up. Yeah, I mean the offense has to. I'm not worried about the offense too much. Nick, are you worried about the offense? Or are you worried about the defense? Because I'm worried about the defense more.
I'm more worried about the defense, especially because like I seen some flaws in recent week. Like Darius Slay, he doesn't look like the same Darius Slay we're used to seeing. Like I don't know what happened because just the first few weeks. I don't know if that Pro Bowl nod's getting to his head or something, but
Mm.
it
You want me
just
to tell
is
you what it is?
odd.
I'm gonna
Go
tell you what
for it.
it is. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Gannon does not put him in the best positions to win. Like how many times we seen him 15 yards off the football? He needs to be on a receiver, and you need to make him follow him. I I, I think that he's better man to man on a receiver. He's not a cover. He's not a corner that loves. He loves to press these receivers, man. When you had him on Jefferson, he was man to man. He was never.
Shut
He
him
was never 15
down.
off with the football. You know?
You're right. He was shutting guys down man to man all
Mm-hmm.
season long. I even like created a post about Darius Slay, James Bradbury, called Slayberry Island, because those
Yeah,
two were shutting guys down.
yeah. I mean, when you got two good corners on each side, not even two good corners, two star corners on each side, like you gotta make them press on these receivers. Because like if I Debo, I'm putting Slay on him and I'm making him just follow him. If he's going there, I want you to follow him. Now, if he's going to the bathroom, pause, but I'm making him follow him. Like I need him to go wherever he goes. Because like he is a guy that gets up for locking down receivers, and they don't make him press receivers, and I don't understand it. Jefferson, you saw him lock him down in a car strap, locked him down in a car seat, locked him down like he was in solidified prison, solitary, solid,
Terry
like
confinement.
yeah, like he was locking them down. He locked down so many good receivers this year. I mean, the guy is a Pro Bowl corner for a reason, and you put him 15 yards with the football does not make sense.
No, and it doesn't work clearly.
Oh, no, no. And, and that's my fear with Gannon. Is he going to do that? Because when you're in the playoffs, you have to let these corners just play these receivers, man. Let them follow them. You know, hopefully we get Max back because maybe John DeGinn has played the third up, and that's my hope is we get healthy and we're going to be ready. But listen. I'm just happy we got the number one seed. I'm happy this Eagles team clinched it. And if you're not excited, I don't know why you wouldn't be. You got the chance to go back to a Super Bowl. Got to get pumped up.
Wait, we're looking for more.
Listen, I want ring number 2, man. I'm tired of the 17. I like 17. I always remember Doug Pearson winning the Super Bowl. Nick Foles is one of the greatest Eagles quarterbacks all time, even though I don't think he's a great regular season quarterback. But I want number 2. I don't want to just win one ring, right? I don't want to be the Saints. I don't want to win just one ring. I want to win 2. I want to win 3. I want to win 4. I want a dynasty.
Right.
And that's my goal.
Exactly, that Tom Brady mentality of keep winning.
I don't like him either, but I don't like that cheater anyway, but he is what he is. I will root for him this week, though. The Eagles have the best offense line for they do. They do. I'll say this. Just go struggled big time. And I'm just wondering, is the reason why we saw Jalen Hurts the same thing we saw Mitchell a little bit was because we didn't have a right tackle. You know, we can make an argument that Lane Johnson just as important as Jalen Hurts. Like when you don't have your right tackle, even in 16 when Carson Wentz had no Lane Johnson, we fell apart. Like Lane Johnson is very important to this team. You know, when you don't have him,
Absolutely.
you're dead. But when you got a quarterback that can escape, I think you're a little bit better. With Mitchell, he's a statue. He can't really run. And
Exactly, and you
let's go with
saw
a
it
one
affect us against the Saints. It affected us there.
Yeah. Good stream, keep it up. I appreciate that Philly halftime. Definitely, definitely. I appreciate that. It's when, yes, he plays off the wide receiver about 15 yards. It's crazy. He drives me nuts. Yeah, that's my point with Gannon, man. I mean, even the Cowboys game. How are you not locked down CeeDee Lamb with Slay? Like, those are the things that you gotta clean up. And I think that they're going to definitely work on those things. This is a young team. These are young coaches. So I think that we're going to see what they do in the playoffs. But if I see Gannon playing 50 yards with the football, I'm about to go down to Philadelphia and knock some sense into him. Because obviously the coach is not knocking some sense into him. Like, I need Gannon to press up on these receivers. Make Darius Slay become a shutdown corner. You paid him money to do that. You paid Bradbury to do that. Are these receivers?
You got to use these guys to the best of their abilities.
Yeah.
Worst thing is when coaches try to go away from players' strengths. I mean, I don't care whether it's us or other teams. You always see it backfire. Point being, it doesn't work that way. When you go away from their.
I really don't care what Dan Silvio says. When I listen to him, I lose brain cells. I'm going to be real with you. I lose brain cells. When I have to listen to this dude talk about this, listen, this is Dan Silvio. For anybody who don't know him, the guy's a clown. I mean, I got videos of him doing this type of stuff. I don't need to hear from this clown ever again when he does this.
Najee Harris had 74 catches last year. Shit. And he had 1,100 yards or 1,200 yards rushing last year and 381 carries. Dude, that guy is a workhorse. That is Derrick Henry 2.0. He had 74 catches and 1,200 rushing yards and 381 carries. I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh, with the 30th worst O-line in the NFL, got themselves a gem with Najee Harris. I wanted Najee Harris on the Eagles. That's the guy I wanted in Philly. I didn't want Devontae. I wanted Najee.
Yeah, okay.
Forget about it.
I'm never going to forget that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take a running back in the first round. How's John's working out with Saquon Barkley? Okay. You go ahead. Where's Derrick Henry right now? Oh, okay. Like, you can't make this up.
Right. It's
Like,
all
I'm
about
not saying that I know
passing.
everything, but when you got the worst receiving core and you think your running back is worth more than the top receiver, at that point you don't need television. You just need to get off football. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Half of the shit he says is just like he talks
Right.
without
It's
any
about
context.
passing is the main thing in this game. You
Yeah.
could even go back to the years when it was more physical, like the dynasties. Like you had the 49ers were a dynasty with Joe Montana, who was a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And even, yeah, I know it's the Cowboys, but I got to give him props. Aikman, he did what he needed to in big games, and that was a factor. I mean, even a lot of like even the Patriots, I mean, they did have an all-time great quarterback, like him or not. Point being is quarterbacks, passing, you need that quarterback to win.
Yeah. I mean, when have you seen a running back win you a Super Bowl, especially a first round talent running back? Yeah, Derrick Henry's special. No question about it. But is he going to win you a Super Bowl? No running back's going to win you a Super Bowl. That old days where you draft running backs high, that's over. Like, you can find another running back in the draft like that. You can't find another receiver like that. And when you got Devontae Smith, I'm sorry, you don't pass up on that opportunity to get a talent like that. Especially when you got JJ, the umbrella boy, and Rager on your team, and you needed that number one dynamic receiver to help us quarterback that was a rookie coming off a bad year. You know what I'm saying? with a new head coaching staff. Why would I draft a running back? I mean, again, I ain't gonna talk about him. That's not the stream. It's not the Dan Sileo stream. It is what it is. No, we're not going Dan Sileo stream. That'll be the last thing I go on.
No.
It is what it is. I don't like stupidity, and that's the dude. He like I commented one time. I told him like he said, "Oh, I know everything about football." I'm like, "No, you don't, because you said Jalen Hurts was trash. Now you say you didn't. Okay, you don't know football. Like I don't know why you have a podcast. Like you can't judge someone off the fact that." He was coming. Let's be real. When everybody want to say, "Oh, he didn't come off a rookie season," it was his rookie year last year, basically. He didn't have a full season on his belt. He played 6 games his rookie year. It's not enough. It's not enough. And he had nothing around him. He had 2 bums receivers. He had a Walmart receiver, and he had a sanitation department receiver that just got drafted in the 2nd round. This is what he had. And he still took him to the playoffs. What a bad defense. So, again, he took us to the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, you can argue that he might make Nick Sirianni better coach than we thought.
Right. I mean, it wasn't a great year, but it still was good enough and did something right.
And I didn't think we were going to make the playoffs. I thought we were going home. You know, I was wrong.
Oh, especially that mid-season point. It didn't look like anything was coming, but made something out of that. Now, this year, this looks like our year.
Yeah. And it's all about, number one, he takes you wherever this team goes. Like, with him, this is where he takes us far as he can go, right? Because they rally around him. He reminds me of that Nick Foles magic, except he's our franchise quarterback. The guys rally around him. They play hard for him. Where they didn't play for Mitchell. I don't know if you saw these. Your students were pissed off at Mitchell. Pardon my language. They were angry at him.
Yeah, I saw that look on Hurt's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not.
Yeah, this dude right here, I mean, he didn't look happy. And I got clicks for days. I don't care about copyright. I don't care about none of that. Because at the end of the day,
Jalen Hurts almost perfect this year on postseason too. You gotta play him to lock up the division, don't you?
That to me is the only reason you play Jalen Hurts. If you need to win to get
Yep. Expressions worth 1,000 words.
when you're chewing your gum like that, yeah, you're not happy. You're like, where's this quarterback? Who is this quarterback? I don't know if you saw the cartoon I made. Basically, I said, "Oh, Jalen, I can win you the Saints game," and I put sit down back because he is. He's horrible.
Yep.
I think that he could definitely beat Dallas, and I think he definitely could have beaten the Saints, and Mitchell couldn't. And we had a lot of people say that Jalen Hurts wasn't this good quarterback. A lot of people think.
Oh,
Now look at
please. There's no credibility behind them.
Yeah, but how do you feel about Devontae and A.J. Brown?
Hey, we landed ourselves a great 1-2 wide receiver duo for at least 4 to 5 years, barring injury or character concerns. So that's a big slam dunk, figuratively speaking, on offense right there. Get those guys right there. See, at least you know you have 2 reliable options there in the passing game, so kudos.
Yeah. I mean, A.J. Brown, what a steal. A.J. Brown is the best receiver trade. I think it's the best trade in Eagles history. I've been alive since 2004. Like, I was born in 2000, so I wasn't there in the 1980s, 1990s. It wasn't all that. But I've seen some bad trades, and I see some good trades. This is probably the best trade we ever made. We've been begging for number one. How many times when he says, "Let's go get Diggs. Let's go get this guy," and we never did it. We've been begging for Jalen Ramsey, and we couldn't get him.
Right.
This is like our payback right here. We got our star receiver, and we got him on contract for a long time. And him and Devontae are going to be growing. They're going to retire as needed. There's no way we're letting these two walk. And with Howard Roseman, he makes these cast space look like a joke. So he'll find a way to keep them all. You know? I mean, Howard Roseman is the best GM in football. He's made this team better. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't think he could do it. But listen, he proved me wrong, and I give him respect. And I'm probably gonna wear a suit and tie and apologize to him.
I mean, he made his mistakes early on, but he's clearly learned from them in recent years.
Yeah, he drafted this dude. Drafted that dude, man. And you know what? Devontae Smith, what a player. What a player, man. The Slim Reaper. I got a new name for him. How about what's a good name for him? Because the Slim Reaper's name. How about the quarterback Reaper? The quarterback's Reaper. Because he rips quarterbacks to shreds. Like, number 6's album is a absolute killer. And he looks for blood. It's like a shark in the water. Him and Adrian are like sharks in the water that smells bait in the water. And they attack. And this team attacks. You know? Only if we can get some sharks as defense, we'll be all right. But we got some front four dogs, man. You know? We just need a good defense corner. But I think you can elevate Jonathan Gannon's talent and still make him successful. I think you can overcome his bad efficiency. And listen, it'll be hard, but your hope is you get a full roster back. And you can take away some deficiency from him and hopefully get to a Super Bowl win. I mean, we did with Jim Schwartz. He wasn't really that good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can argue it might be better than TL. You know, but listen, we've seen good receivers in the Eagles history, right? And this is a great topic because AJ and Devontae Smith are over 1,000 yards. Both. Whenever you've seen two number one receivers, especially Eagles history, go over 1,000 yards. We've been begging for at least a mediocre one. Like, the fact that you got two star, legit receivers on your team with an MVP superstar quarterback. Just saying.
Right. And hey, I appreciate you inviting me on here, but I got to get going. So
hey, I appreciate that.
All right.
Hey, definitely, shout out to Nikki Steele. And yeah, man, it's going to be a fun year. We forgot to have more.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, man.
All right.
It's your boy EC1. Peace.